Hello, friends of the Brazilian national team. Welcome to the channel, Brazilian National Football Team Forever. Here, you relive the stories of the past and also stay up to date with everything happening in the present with this team that enchanted the world with its beautiful football. In today's video, we're going to talk about the current situation of the Brazilian national team, the future of the head coach position, and the possible direction the team will take in 2025. Stay with us until the end to find out what's coming. With the end of the year approaching, the Brazilian national team finishes the year in 5th place in the World Cup qualifiers. The last two games weren't good at all, draws against Venezuela and Uruguay, leaving many fans worried about the future of the team. With this, the situation surrounding Dorival Júnior's future as head coach of the Brazilian national team becomes increasingly complicated, and there are high chances of a coaching change for 2025. Dorival Júnior is a great coach, but he hasn't been able to bring the results expected with the national team. The name that remains a dream for many Brazilians, Pep Guardiola, was recently completely ruled out. He renewed his contract with Manchester City for another 2 years, creating great frustration among the fans of the Brazilian national team, who saw the Spanish coach as a hope for the future. Now attention is turning to other names, and one that is gaining prominence is Jorge Jesus, the current head coach of Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia. Jorge Jesus made history with Flamengo, winning major titles and taking the team to a top level of performance. Now with Al Hilal, he continues to win everything in sight, which has further raised his profile. In previous interviews, Jorge Jesus revealed that coaching the Brazilian national team has always been a dream of his. He said it would be an incredible honor to take on that role someday, but he also recognizes that such a move would be unconventional, as Brazil has never had a foreign coach leading its team. Therefore, he still believes that this possibility, while desired, is unlikely. But with the current state of the national team, everything could change. And the current moment for the Brazilian national team is indeed delicate. The team needs to shine again and recover the confidence of its supporters. Jorge Jesus, with his victorious style and proven track record, seems to be the ideal candidate for this mission. But of course, the main question remains about his high salary. Jorge Jesus currently earns a substantial amount at Al Hilal, and that raises a big question. Would he accept a significant pay cut to coach the Brazilian national team? Jorge Jesus has publicly stated that his desire is to coach the Brazilian national team, but he also knows that if he leaves Al Hilal, he will need to negotiate a new contract. The big question is whether he would accept an offer from the CBF with a salary lower than what he currently earns. On the other hand, it's unclear how far the CBF would be willing to match his current salary to secure him as the new head coach. This financial negotiation could become a major obstacle, and everything will depend on how both sides approach this issue. Another factor in play is the future of Dorival Júnior. For now, he remains in charge of the national team, but as mentioned, that could change at any time. If the CBF decides to make a change, Jorge Jesus' name would gain even more traction behind the scenes. The wait for a decision is building a lot of anticipation among fans, who are eagerly hoping for a new direction for the Brazilian national team. What is expected, regardless of who takes the job, is that Brazilian football regains its glory and becomes a world power once again. The Brazilian national team needs to return to captivating its fans, and a coaching change could be the first important step. Perhaps a foreign coach is what the team needs to restore the confidence of the fans and once again become a leader in international football. Let's wait for the next chapters in this story. Brazilian football has a huge tradition, and everyone is hoping that with the right person in charge, the national team will once again be the giant of football it always was. May the team regain its beautiful and engaging style of play, and may titles be won again by the Brazilian national team. And that's it for today's video. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming videos, and be sure to comment below what you think about the possible change in the Brazilian national team. Who do you think should be the new coach? Would Jorge Jesus be the right choice? Take the time to check out our other videos on the channel as well. They're great and you'll love them. See you next time.